Night had fallen over Blackridge Village. A cold mist crept through the forest, wrapping around the crumbling houses like pale fingers, and no one ever stayed past sunset, and no one except Maya. Maya was a young architecture student, fascinated by old buildings and their secrets. She had come to Blackridge to study the abandoned Greystone Manor, a century-old mansion that locals swore was cursed. They said the walls whispered at night. They said the house remembered everyone who entered, and it never let them leave. Ignoring the warnings, Maya set up her camera inside the foyer. Her flashlight flickered against the dusty portraits hanging crooked on the walls. The air was thick with mold, and every breath felt like inhaling the past. She pressed record. This is Maya Patel, documenting Greystone Manor, 10:43 p.m. Her voice echoed, low and trembling, then, faintly, a whisper answered back. A whisper that sounded exactly like her own. Maya Patel, documenting? She froze. The sound came not from the recorder, but from the staircase above her. Her flashlight trembled as she aimed it upward. Nothing. Only shadows. Maya laughed nervously. Probably just the wind, she muttered. But the house seemed to breathe when she spoke. Each exhale from her lips came back softer, slower, like something else was breathing with her. She moved into the hallway, where dozens of doors lined the walls, each one slightly ajar, as if waiting for her. She opened the first door. Inside was a child's bedroom, untouched by time. Toys scattered on the floor, a rocking horse swaying slowly on its own. A melody box started playing from somewhere unseen. Lullaby, slow and broken. Then she heard it again, whispering, but this time she could make out words. Stay here, Maya? She dropped the camera. Its lens caught something behind her. A shadow, tall and thin, standing just inches away. When she turned, it was gone, heart racing. She backed into the hall and slammed the door shut. But the whisper didn't stop. It crawled through the walls, slipping between cracks in the wood, hissing her name. Maya, don't leave. She ran toward the front door, but it was sealed tight. The metal lock twisted like melted wax. The windows were fogged from the inside, handprints forming. Across the glass, small, childlike, hundreds of them. Her camera light flickered again, then died completely. Darkness swallowed the room. Maya lit her phone flashlight. It barely cut through the mist that had seeped in. Then, from the top of the stairs, a faint giggle echoed. She looked up. There stood a little girl in a white dress, head tilted, hair dripping as if soaked in water. Maya whispered, "Hello." The girl smiled, her lips splitting too wide to be human. And in that same instant, the lights blazed on, revealing dozens of figures behind her, all pale, all whispering, all watching her. They moved like smoke, their eyes hollow but fixed on her. Their voices merged into one deep, rumbling tone. "Join us, Maya." She turned and bolted down the corridor, stumbling into a study filled with portraits. The faces in the paintings were the same as the figures she'd just seen. Her camera, still recording, was lying on the floor, the red light blinking. She picked it up, trembling. On the screen, she saw herself, standing perfectly still, But she wasn't still. She was shaking, and yet on the screen, her reflection smiled. The whispering turned into screams. The walls began to close in, wood groaning, plaster cracking. The house was alive that it was swallowing her whole. Maya screamed, running toward the back door, but as she reached for it, a cold hand grabbed her shoulder. She spun around that it was the little girl. Closer now, eyes black as ink. Maya dropped to her knees, sobbing. "What do you want?" The girl leaned close, whispering in her ear. "We don't want anything. We are you." And suddenly Maya's skin turned pale, her eyes hollowing out. The camera fell once again, the lens capturing her transformation, her body fading into mist. The last thing it recorded was her voice, whispering softly, "This is Maya Patel, documenting Greystone Manor." Static filled the air. The camera shut off. Days later, villagers found the camera near the gate. The door to Greystone Manor was locked again, but on quiet nights, people still swear they hear a voice whispering from inside. And if you listen carefully, it sounds like Maya,